get through this. I'm very, very excited to be here, very grateful to be here. Like JC said, last year I came to this march by myself. I was scared, I was alone, but I knew that I could not keep going to sleep at night, not getting out in these streets and using my fucking voice. So here I am. Now I'm speaking on behalf of Philly Feminists, so this is a very full circle moment for me. When I was a little girl, I didn't dream about my wedding day like a lot of little girls do. I dreamed about empowering other girls and making the world a happier place. I grew up watching people struggle with addiction, financial stress, people miserable in their jobs, and I grew up in a household where I didn't see healthy love. And as I got older, I noticed something else. I watched women sacrifice themselves constantly in the name of love, in the name of family, in the name of being the woman who can handle it all while keeping a smile on her face. For a long time, I felt a little crazy for caring so much about empowering women. I felt dramatic, and I didn't know where all that passion came from. I just knew that I had spent my whole life watching women struggle, including myself, and I wanted to help change that. Then last year, when Donald Trump became president again, I felt broken and hopeless at first. I expected men to disappoint me at this point in my life, but I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that so many women also voted for this man who has been found liable for sexual abuse and defamation. That is a fact, not fiction. That moment helped me realize something important though. Men were never the root of the problem. The patriarchy is the problem and always has been the problem. Because this country and many systems within it have always thrived on exploiting women. And I know that firsthand. The first time I was sexually assaulted, I was only 4 years old. It was my neighbor. It was not a trans person in the bathroom. It was not an immigrant. It was my fucking neighbor. Throughout my life, I experienced sexual violence, abusive relationships, and in 2019, I was trafficked. When exploitation becomes normalized and common in a woman's life, it becomes harder to recognize when it's happening. Eventually, you start choosing submission as a form of survival, and that's exactly what I did. When exploitation becomes normalized, it becomes harder to stop it, harder to escape it, and that's exactly the kind of culture that allows crime and trafficking to thrive in the first place. Right now, we are seeing how lack of accountability plays out in how the Epstein files have been handled. The way that information has been released and sensationalized has re-exploited survivors and re-traumatized victims, and this was deliberate. We need to call that out for exactly what it is. Exploitation and abuse, all in the name of power and control. As long as we allow exploitation and abuse to be normalized, whether it's trafficking, violence, or the mishandling of survivor stories, perpetrators will continue to escape accountability. That's why transparency matters, accountability matters, refusing to stay silent matters, because systems only keep their power when people stay quiet. And that's why using your voice matters. Creating visibility matters, exercising your freedom of speech matters, exercising your right to protest matters, and connecting with your local community as a united front to create change locally and beyond matters more than ever before. 1 year ago today, I came to this International Women's Day march by myself. I was nervous, I didn't know anyone, I felt lost, but I knew I wanted to get more involved with advocacy and activism, especially as a survivor of trafficking. So I sought out the women of Philly Feminists, I introduced myself, and that one moment of connection changed everything for me as a survivor. Since then, I've been organizing and activating alongside this incredible community. In December, I spoke at City Hall in support of a bill to help protect survivors of trafficking in the workplace. I didn't even plan to speak that day, but I spoke anyways. And in January, that bill was passed. And when that bill being passed means it is the first time in the history of Philadelphia that the words human trafficking are being recognized in legislation. That is the power of showing up. That is the power of community, and that is the power of refusing to stay silent. So if there's one thing I want you to take away today, it's this. Keep showing up, keep speaking up, stay connected with your local community, because real change doesn't happen from the top down, it starts from the bottom up locally. It starts right here with all of us. I'm proud of you for showing up here today. Whether you came alone or you came with a friend, I'm so proud of you for showing up and making yourself visible, making your voice heard. It is so fucking empowering. And I hope that when you leave here today, you continue to fight to empower and celebrate women everywhere through your everyday actions, choices, and behaviors. Lastly, fuck Trump.